For most of human history, romantic partners were vetted by your community. Mutual friends, families, or coworkers served as a social filter long before you ever sat down for a first date. Today, that friction is gone, replaced by the instant mechanics of swiping right on a screen. Stripping away those traditional safety nets creates a vacuum. When you remove community accountability, you create an environment where bad actors can operate with anonymity and zero social consequences. Look closely at the worst interactions on these platforms, and you'll find the strangers behind these curated profiles generally fall into 3 distinct psychological archetypes. We can map them on a taxonomy tree: the boundary blind, the gamifier, and the predator. Sitting across from a match today means engaging with an unregulated, unknown entity. You're sharing a table with someone who may have entirely different and highly concealed motives for being there. The first archetype is the boundary blind narcissist. This personality type treats dates as NPCs, non-playable characters, meant to serve a specific self-centered need. One woman matched with a man who immediately took her to a dark movie theater. Despite knowing her for less than an hour, he spent the entire film pulling her hair to force her into a cuddle and repeatedly trying to kiss her without reading a single social cue. Another match invited a woman to an amusement park simply to fill a mandatory date quota for a group outing. He proceeded to spend the entire day talking to his friends while ignoring her presence. When this archetype faces rejection, their social script breaks, triggering aggressive retaliation. After the amusement park date politely declined a second meeting, the man bombarded her with an unhinged text barrage, claiming she didn't know how to hold a conversation and concluding with, "Next time, don't be such a B-word." To the boundary-blind narcissist, a date is a disposable prop required to act out a pre-written social script. The second archetype is the gamifier. This actor has internalized the algorithmic nature of the app itself, treating human connection as a cold system to be optimized for maximum return. One man tracked his dating candidates like financial assets, using strict metrics to determine investment value. The optimization gets even more literal. Another woman treated her apartment as a co-op, charging dating partners varying percentages of monthly rent. Another gamifier took a surveillance approach, concealing a hidden camera inside a tote bag to record her first dates. She would later rewatch the footage, grading her date's micro-expressions and eye movements on a 10-point scale. Then there are those mining for social currency. One match manipulated her dates into revealing their deepest childhood traumas, specifically to harvest those painful memories and publish them on a viral blog. The gamifier strips the humanity from the process. A match is a data point, a financial asset, or raw material for content. The final and most severe threat level is the predator. These criminals leverage the assumed safety of digital romance as direct bait for violence. A 21-year-old off-duty police officer thought he was going on an idyllic first date to look at the stars in an open field. In reality, the woman had lured him into a coordinated trap for an armed robbery. After the officer managed to draw his weapon and call for backup, police searched the attacker's abandoned van. Inside, they found stolen license plates, duct tape, knives, a rifle, and dried blood, the strict hallmarks of a premeditated murder kit. Predators don't always hide in dark fields. Often, they present as put-together individuals in comfortable settings. A woman named Sabrina went to a third date at a friendly, well-dressed man's apartment for a quiet glass of wine. Within minutes of drinking, she recognized the physical symptoms of being drugged. Acting fast before losing consciousness, she pretended she needed the restroom, locked herself inside, and managed to dial the police. When responding officers arrived, they carried a semi-conscious Sabrina out to the patrol car with a bag placed over her head. Days later, they explained the bag was used to shield her eyes from the traumatizing scene her date had prepared in the living room. For the predator, a dating app bypasses locked doors and home security. It functions as a highly efficient victim delivery hunting ground. The defining feature of the digital swipe is its sheer unpredictability. You have no way of knowing if the stranger arriving at the coffee shop is going to be socially awkward, or coldly analytical, or heavily armed. Navigating this unregulated ecosystem requires an upgrade in personal digital literacy and situational awareness, because modern dating demands strict survival protocols. You have to set immediate boundaries, refuse to ignore early behavioral red flags, and rigorously maintain your physical and data privacy. Today, dating apps have commodified human connection. Users must treat every match as a potential threat until proven otherwise.